Hi guys, welcome to a new video. It's Wednesday the I can't keep track of I cannot keep track of the dates. The 19th of February. Wednesday 19th of February. Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, today I played also one game and here we go. I'm playing with white. Um, yeah, so starting with and just let me have a look. It's played with an 80% accuracy, 80.7. My opponent 69. So it wasn't such a good game of my opponent. He made a few mistakes, and I made some mistakes also. But the crucial mistake was by my opponent. Uh, so here we go. Starting with the Jubaba London. Um, so pawn d4 and knight and a bishop, and it challenges my center pawn. As far as I've learned, you just keep developing with the e pawn, and if he takes, you can recapture. It's defended by the queen, no problem. And he didn't, and so just developing. And I thought, okay, let's trade some stuff off. There was a reason behind it. Mm, yeah, because otherwise I would have needed to go here and get double pawns, which is no problem. But I thought like, okay, no problem. Let's trade some stuff off. And when we got to this position, it's a bit later, I think. Let's have a look. I'm just developing. Obviously, I'm putting my bishop and knight into a fork position. But I did see if he would advance his pawn, I could just recapture it because there's no defenders. So at the moment, I'm safe. Whenever there is a moment where this square, when this pawn would be defended by a rook or maybe, um, yeah, probably a rook or maybe even the queen, I'd have to step away with either my bishop or my knight to avoid a fork. Nothing as such is happening. It's a pretty very positional, rough game where we're quite equal. Um, Over here, no, not yet. Yeah, so I'm getting rid of the queen, and I noticed here that the queen now is in a position where it's not defended. It wasn't here either, but now it's also in line with my queen. My queen is defended, but his queen is not defended. So I did see if there's any way I can get rid of this pawn, I can deliver a check and grab his queen. So with that in the back of my mind, I just started to orchestrate this because I wanted to push this pawn and have enough defenders. There's two defenders, but I also thought like maybe he pushes, and then yeah, I wasn't quite sure how to deal with this just yet. But anyway, we keep developing. Oh yeah, I thought like if I push this pawn, it might push, or they might push, and I have to move away my knight anyway. Um, yeah, I wasn't quite clear on my idea how to exactly go about this trick, this tactic, but he helped me because now I thought, okay, well, I'm going to grab this. If he grabs it with his knight, I have two defenders or two attackers, and if he grabs it, because obviously if he, let me start over again. If he grabs, I grab. Well, he can't even take because it's defended. So it was a mistake by him anyway, because now I'm just up a knight. I think it's a full 3 points. And here I did make a mistake myself in the next few moves because I thought like it's gonna get a bit tricky before this move because he's obviously eyeing here, and if he chases this knight away, he can double my pawns. But I thought like, well, that's not such a great deal because I thought like if he grabs this, if he pushes my knight away, go wherever here, I don't know, whatever, and if he then takes, I as a in between move, I can give this check and grab his queen, and then either recapture or whatever. But this is one of the things I need to improve on. I have my own idea, and within this framework, I'm looking at what he could possibly do. But I did fail to notice that I am in a pin position with my knight and bishop, and the rook behind pawn. Yeah, so I need to remind myself to look at every single thread, not just one thread I have in mind, uh, because I'm not even quite sure why I did this. The computer wanted me to grab this pawn, and he wouldn't be able to recapture me because I would have cleared the way for this check and grabbing the queen, which I talked about. And it would have been with a tempo on the queen, so I would have just won a pawn. Anyway, that's not what happened. So now I made a mistake because I went to the wrong position, and this is also something I need to learn because um, well, he made a mistake with this knight, and I wasn't quite sure, but I wasn't quite sure if he actually did see this tactic of me grabbing his queen, and he might have. And this is hope chess, hoping that he doesn't see it. So I just kept thinking, how can I do this trick and grab his queen? And I thought like, well, if I move here, I'm pushing away this queen, and this tactic isn't gonna work anymore. Uh, but I should have done because then in the meantime I would have been able to maybe bring my bishop over. Nope, um, because I went to the wrong square. He wanted me to go there. What would have happened? He would have had to move away. Don't know, step out of the pin. Say here, I don't know. I'm still way up. Because obviously this pin is still here. Yeah, maybe I should have gone here or something. Because if it, no, no, that's not it. Oh, hang on, just let me have a look what he wanted me to do. G5, G5. Okay, he wanted me to go here. But surely this is still a pin. Oh, because I'm now threatening a checkmate, so he can't actually push this pawn. And then he has to deal with this. Maybe here. Um, no, you can't do that because um, well, okay, this is way too complicated for me at the moment. um, because obviously I should have thought about this pawn push before and get away from any shenanigans. But I didn't. I went to the wrong square, so I got forked. And I did think I could have had a nice tactic because I thought like, well, if he grabs my bishop in any way, his queen is still undefended, but he actually did see it. So we traded the queens, and now he, yeah, so he was down 3 points, and now he's down 1 point because material is equal, but I'm up 1 pawn. So the game went on, and hang on. So, yeah, he traded that, and then I just stepped over here. I knew these pawns were all on the dark squares away from the bishop, so nothing can. And this is on a dark square. Everything is on a dark square except for this pawn at the moment. But I knew that nothing can chase this knight away unless it's a sacrifice. And he is now obviously trying to eye this square, and it's an inaccuracy. Yeah, because it's simply defendable, and now I'm just giving a tempo on the rook, so it needs to move. And I thought like I realized he had his back rank still locked. So I was hoping to double up the rooks and go for a check, which he would need to grab if he wants to keep his rook, and then it'd be checkmate. So he did see this, and I still doubled up my rooks, and his bishop cannot really go anywhere. So I knew if I just keep away from the light squares, everything will be fine. So I'm just putting pressure on the bishop. He moves away, but he's got nothing. And then I didn't really know what to do, to be honest. I did consider this move, but yeah, I'm up 2.2 points. And with this move, I go down a pawn. Well, 1.4 points still ahead. But we're just shuffling things around. Well, to be honest, at this moment, I thought like, we're trading things off. I'm not seeing any play at the moment. I was considering sending him a draw request. Because I couldn't really see any way of dealing or going into like a good position. But I thought like, well, we can do it always at a later time. But obviously, like I cannot go grab this pawn. I cannot go get the bishop. I cannot go here. I cannot go. Well, I can go here, but there's no point. Well, maybe I could have gone here and then here and doubled up the rooks. I could have done that. But anyway, he went here, and then I realized, okay, you always have to think what your opponent is doing. And I obviously realized he wanted to push this pawn because he couldn't in this position. Because if he would have pushed this pawn, there'd be two attackers on this pawn and only just one defender. So I realized he's going over here to create extra defense so he can push this pawn. And then I needed to think, okay, like, well, if he pushes this pawn, I can grab it, or I can just let myself be taken and then retake either direction. But then I thought, like, hang on, what if this happens and he pushes and I take? And then I saw, like, well, if he takes, he steps away from the defense of the king, and I have a checkmate. So I was like, okay, well, let's see what happens. So I thought also, if he pushes and I take and he realizes there's like a backrank issue, I thought like if he ever gets down here, I need to somehow get away out of this pin. Because obviously I was in a pin with my rook. Well, even though no, that doesn't even matter because if we would have gotten here, I could have just I could have just captured it. But anyway, I was also just doing a waiting move, seeing if he would actually go forward with his plans, which he did. So I thought, like, okay, this is excellent news, because if I take and he takes, it's a checkmate. And if he doesn't take, he needs to move away with his rook, maybe get here, and then I can just, well, we'd have to go here, and this would be, or here, I suppose. But I thought, like, he's putting all this effort into doing this. I kind of assumed he was gonna capture the pawn, which he did. So I was like, yes, excellent. Back rank checkmate with a rook battery. So there you have it. End of the game. Thanks for watching. If you like these videos, I'm still building this channel. I have hardly any subscribers. Please consider to subscribe. Consider to subscribe. There's a button in the right bottom corner, red button, YouTube button. And like this video if you like it. And please leave a comment so I can get some interaction. And yeah, so that's it for today. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you possibly tomorrow. Okay, thank you very much, and bye bye.